I'm sure I've made it very clear to everyone at this point, but Find the Chomics is my favorite game on Roblox. A big part of that love for the game is the Chomics themselves. Some of them are just very well hidden, some of them have really solid obbies, some have very strong and tough puzzles, some of them make me want to rip my eyes out, but no Chomic will ever make me feel the way YouTube Searcher Chomik did. I'm not kidding when I say this is my favorite Chomic in the game. The best? To me, it's close, but I don't think so. I already know some of you are screaming your heads off saying, really? Better than Frost Monarch Chomic, Burning Memory Chomic, and Cybernetic Chomic? And to that I say, no, but you're missing the point. I never said YouTube Searcher Chomik is the best Chomic, I just said it's my favorite, and I would like to now explain why I have this unpopular opinion. This is obviously going to spoil the Chomic, so if you don't have it, I highly recommend that you find this Chomic before listening to me yap about it. And if you already have it, then let me explain why YouTube Searcher Chomik is my favorite Chomic. Let's start with its design. I obviously don't think it's the best looking Chomic. I mean, come on, just look at Chomic Babel. But I do think it's very charming and simple. Simplicity is sometimes a blessing, and I'm not saying I wouldn't prefer a more complicated design, but I also don't mind its simplicity. Also, can I just say that this Chomic name and design blend perfectly with the theme, sort of like the sky had a Chomic and just like Badger Chomic? And this is where we talk about the Chomic location. So now is really the time to find the Chomic if you haven't already. Please, go find it. The location. If you look in the main realm, the hint just reads found in the revamp realm, which this might be the one thing wrong about this Chomic, and it's the smallest nitpick known to Chomic kind. But the hint saying it's found in the revamp realm instead of hidden in the revamp realm leads you to believe that it's an off-site badge. But nope, this badge doesn't find the Chomic, so it doesn't make much sense in that aspect. Or you could see this as the devs lightly teasing that the Chomic requires you to go off-site for a special code, which in that case is genius and just another reason to like this Chomic even more. Anyways, once we head to the revamp realm, the hint just states trash area, which is great because you get to listen to the absolute banger that is Goofy. And even if you look in this area for hours, it's hard to get very annoyed because this song is just so amazing. But that is not really the focus of the Chomic. Because this is an insane Chomic, it won't just be lying in the open. So, now is the time where you think like the devs. Stuff like, where would I hide a Chomic that searches on YouTube? Or, what should I be looking for if the Chomic is called YouTube Searcher Chomik? Pop in your head. Now, some of you might just give up and freaking YouTube search a tutorial, or they would remember a very specific YouTube URL in one of the structures, and when you have a random URL in a game, you know what to do. Open Notepad, type the URL, Control-C, Control-V, watch. Alright, that was not the real video. Let's watch it right now. That was a masterpiece, I thought to myself. But despite the fit of laughter I was in after experiencing this work of art, I knew there was more to the video. So I watched it again, and I noticed the screen cut to black for a split second. So I paused at just the right time, and boom, that's the code. But what do I do with this? I thought. I wrote the code down on a sticky note and went back into the revamp realm. I went to where the URL was and looked at the gradient that was underneath the link, and I distinctly remember the neat that was in the trash area, and everything started falling into place. I quickly beat the tower and went into a room with the message, and I'm not going to read the message because my viewer retention will half, so I'll just summarize it instead. It's basically a comedic take on the wind rooms in Ito with the same music and balcony, but it does say this is a caddis, so whatever this is called is now my new hardest, now dethroning Tower of True Skill. But this has all just been built up to the Chomic that lies on the other side of this door. I input the code. I did it incorrectly, so I input it again. And the Chomic has been found. It truly was a fantastic feeling when I found it. This was my first major puzzle Chomic I've ever found. And ever since, it just stuck with me as an experience I won't forget. I think the reason I love this Chomic so much is because of how well it eases the player into the insane difficulty. Without it, the game's progression would still be solid, but the Chomic only helps the game, and the fact that it's not trying too hard to be the best Chomic is almost the reason why I love it so much. It's not a cybernetic Chomic or a realmic or even a badger Chomic. It's just a YouTube searcher Chomic. It's not trying to be anything more than what it is, but what it is just perfect. Thank you very much for watching till the end and listening to me yap about one Chomic. I now have daily shorts, so if you want to see them, go right ahead. And also look at my new community post for no reason in particular. Now, with all that said, I'd love to see what your favorite Chomics are in the comments, so do comment if you wanna. And if you enjoyed the video, like if you did. And if you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and subscribe. It won't hurt, and I'd appreciate it, but you don't have to. Anyways, I just want you to remember to stay tipped. Oh wait, I completely forgot about play button Chomic. Yeah, it's fine. 6 out of 10.